The summons arrived in the dead of the night, a stark intrusion upon the silent world of sleep. 3 sharp, insistent raps echoed from the floorboards directly beneath David's bed, each one a hammer blow against the fragile walls of his composure. He inhaled sharply, a strangled gasp lost in the oppressive darkness, his eyes snapping open, wide and unblinking. The house was shrouded in slumber. His parents, their dreams, were all the way downstairs. His sister, a phantom memory, had abandoned this childhood home nearly a year ago. Her laughter and whispered secrets now just echoes in the empty spaces. The sound came again, a chilling repetition of the first. But this was no ordinary creak of the house settling, no random tick of aging wood. It wasn't emanating from the door, nor resonating from the walls. It clawed its way up from beneath, from the unseen world that lay hidden under the floor. David pushed himself upright, his spine rigid, every nerve ending screaming in protest. He strained his ears, listening with an intensity that bordered on pain. Silence descended once more, thick and heavy, punctuated only by the frantic hammering of his own heart. The old farmhouse, a sentinel against the relentless march of time, groaned and sighed in the wind's embrace, a familiar sympathy or symphony of aged timber and withered stone. The ancient maple tree outside his window scraped its skeletal branches against the glass, a nightly ritual he usually found comforting, but tonight the familiar sounds were drowned out by an undercurrent of something else, something alien and unsettling. A palpable presence had invaded the room, as if the very air had congealed, becoming thick and suffocating. David swung his legs over the edge of the bed, his movements slow and deliberate, each action weighed down by a growing sense of dread. His bare toes curled instinctively against the cold, unforgiving surface of the wooden floor. He crouched low, his muscles coiled tight, and reached for the edge of the worn rug, pulling it back with agonizing slowness. Beneath lay a square of aged, uneven boards, their surfaces scarred and withered by the passage of countless years, and in the centre a dark, rectangular void, a trapdoor. It had always been there, a silent, brooding presence in the periphery of his awareness, but it was a forbidden thing, sealed shut with rusted nails and shrouded in cautionary whispers from his grandfather, a man whose words carried the weight of generations. Never open what's meant to stay shut, David, the old man had rasped. His eyes filled with a profound and unsettling knowledge. Some doors lead only one way, and there's no coming back. Another knock reverberated through the room, louder this time, more insistent. The sound echoing up from the darkness within the trapdoor, a direct and undeniable challenge. David's fingers trembled violently as he reached for the old iron ring, its surface cold and rough beneath his touch. He hesitated, his hand hovering just above the metal. Every instinct screaming at him to retreat, to bury the truth and pretend he'd heard nothing. Then the whisper slithered into the room, a tendril of sound that wrapped itself around his heart and squeezed. David. His name, uttered from the abyss below, a sibilant caress that sent shivers down his spine. He recoiled as if struck, his heart hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. Yet despite the terror that threatened to overwhelm him, something about the voice held him captive, rooted to the spot. It was strangely familiar, a haunting echo of something he couldn't quite grasp. Comforting, even in a way that defied all logic. It sounded like his sister's voice, yet not quite. There was a subtle difference, a subtle inflection that spoke of something ancient and unknowable. Come down, the voice purred, laced with an aching need. I need you. David stared at the trapdoor, his mind reeling, torn between the primal urge to flee and the irresistible pull of the unknown. Against every fibre of his being, against every warning he had ever received, David grasped the cold iron ring. His knuckles white with the force of his grip. He closed his eyes, took a deep, shuddering breath, and pulled. The hinges, long dormant, screamed in protest. A chorus of rusty agony that filled the room. dust and the scent of damp earth billowed upwards, a tangible manifestation of secrets that lay hidden below. And from the shadows beneath something breathed.